Hello, good evening. Um, haven't made a video in a while. I've been kind of out of sorts. You ever been out of sorts? But tonight I wanted to do something. So I'm gonna this box from graham crackers. I kind of like the width of it. I like the size of it for a cover for a journal. Photo journal is what I'm going to make. So I'm just going to start from the beginning. You first buy the crackers, then you eat the crackers. That's step one. And then what I'm going to do is I cut the side off. I cut one side completely off. And I usually cut off the side that's got that glued spot on there. And I don't know why I do that. I just do. Okay, and get that off there. And I cut the bottom. I'll cut the bottom off. Okay. Now you might want to save what you cut off and make tags out of it. That's up to you. I am such a hoarder that sometimes I keep things for, and then if I don't, a couple weeks, if I don't use them in a couple weeks, then I pitch them, Some, pieces are more keepable than others. So then now I have just cut those pieces off and I've got the shape of my book cover. Now I'm going to move this. Now I have this. It's got lint and everything all over it. But what this is a mesh that people who do drywall, they use this to glue drywall together. So if, to hold it together. So if it'll hold drywall, it's going to hold my book. But what I'm doing with this is I'm putting this on here just to give it a little bit more sturdiness. So, and this is very inexpensive to buy over to the hardware store, but it's made out of some kind of fabric that is, I don't know, it's sort of, I don't know what it is. I have not a clue. So I'm not pretending. I won't pretend like I'm all smart and stuff because I don't know what it is. But I'm going to put that on the inside and the outside of this cardboard box to make it sturdier. I mean, just the cardboard alone would be fine, but I just want to give it a little bit more strength. And look how perfectly that just fit up there. Okay, and so that's completely covered. And then I'm going to go and do the same thing on the inside. Because then I know my box, my cover for my journal is going to be nice and tight. I mean, and nice and last through hurricanes and, well, last through something. I don't know what it'll last through, but it'll last a long time. It's not going to fall apart. Oops. It's not going to fall apart. Now, if I get out of shot, just yell at me. I'll hear you. And I don't know what to say. Run out of words. Run out of words in the last couple of days. I lost a friend. I mean, she's not lost. I know where she's at. She's in heaven. But you know, this friend I have had for 44 years. I met her 44 years ago when I moved onto this property. 44 years ago I met her. She knew everything about me. I knew everything about her. She was my best friend. She was more like a sister. I even knew she was pregnant before she was pregnant. I mean, before she knew she was pregnant. She was sick one day. I said, "You're pregnant." She goes, "No, I am not." She was getting ready to go on a trip to Pennsylvania to see her parents. And I said, "You're pregnant. I can tell by looking." And so, because I was hanging out at her house while she was packing, because I knew I was going to miss her because she was my best friend. And so when she got up to Pennsylvania, it turned out that she got really sick and she was spent like 3 days in the hospital. And while they was trying to figure out what was going on, she didn't need to pay that doctor because I knew she was pregnant. She come home and I said, "Well, what did the doctor say was causing your sickness?" She goes, "I'm pregnant." Yeah, she was pregnant. Her youngest one was 7 years old at the time, so she was growing her family. Now that the baby she was pregnant with, that was Melissa. Melissa's now a grandmother. That's how long I've known her. I've known her 44 years. Okay, now this is a really good strong cover just with this on it. But now I have this fabric. This fabric I got from Care's auction. I don't know if you know Care. I know Care. She is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful person. Now let's see, how will I do this? I really wanted the giraffe on the front, but I would have to cut the fabric really cattywampus. Okay, so now let's see. I'm going to have to cut the fabric. This is the way I'm going to do this fabric. It's going to actually end up having the giraffes mostly on the back. This is where I want the center here. These elephants, which I love them as much as the giraffes, they're going to be on the front. And then the giraffes will be on the back. This is upholstery material. Really, really nice fabric for upholstery. Love the colors. So what I'm going to do is, let me see, my box. Is this going to work? Oh no. This is scary right here now. How can I do this to make it fit? Because I'm not going to get the whole giraffe on the back. This is too big. The whole image is going to be too big. Uh-oh. 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 So wait a minute now. What if I may have to chop a piece out of the middle. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, I may end up having it like this. I may end up having my giraffes on the front anyway. So if I go like this, then I won't get the whole giraffe on the front, but I will have a piece of the giraffe on the front. And on the back, it's just going to really be, yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do. Because see, there's the giraffes. I will have them on the front because this is the front. This is the back. So this here will show, I'll get the two giraffes' heads, but I won't have this guy's butt. I'm going to take that and cut it, even though I'm cutting out of the middle, which is going to be fine. I'm going to cut with my pinking shears because that keeps it from raveling. And so I'm going to give it about, just leaving my box there. I'm just going to cut that up that way. And then I'm going to cut this up this way. Okay, so I have enough to flip over. All right. Okay, and I need that. I need it here. So now I'm going to see, I'm not measuring anything because I just looking. I'm just eyeballing it. And here, there, now. Okay. Now, let's get this out of the way because I have enough still of this fabric, which I love this fabric. Oh my gosh, I love this fabric. And so I got enough to do other things with it. Okay, now see, my giraffes will end up being on the front like this. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I want to make sure that, let me see, I'm going to make a mark somehow. So what I'll do, let's see, how will I do that? So I make sure that, okay, I know what I'm thinking. Can you hear that? You smell the smoke? Okay, what I'm going to do first here, this is what I'm going to do. This right here is carpet tape. That's another find from the hardware store. Carpet tape. Now, and I'm going to cover that whole top, that whole cover with the carpet tape. Okay, get that on there so it's nice and straight and not crooked. I am not a crook. Who said that? You remember who said that? I am not a crook. Okay. I was supposed to have a live stream tonight and do ATCs, but I just wasn't in the mood to be happy, I guess. I don't know. My friend. And she wasn't, I mean, she was 71, you know. We're both, all of us in the group, all of us are getting up there in age. And she was 71, so some people might say, well, she was old enough to die. Well, not really. She didn't give us any warning. She was just fine. That morning, she was fine. Yeah, she could have still been fine now. But you know what? She was diabetic. She did not follow her diabetic diet well, which I ragged on her all the time about it, which I'm diabetic as well, and I don't follow mine. But for the memory of my friend, that was more like a sister than a friend, I am definitely, in her honor, going to follow my diabetic diet from this day forward. And, well, I started yesterday, and I did good yesterday, and I did good today. So that's 2 days. She died Sunday night. Okay, so now now I have the glue. Now I want to be sure that my giraffes are goodly on the front of this book. So how will I do that to be sure? Now, because I don't want to get it all stuck on there and then be disappointed. Okay, so how about if I just fold this, like that. Okay. Yeah, if I fold that like this, and I can see my giraffe head there, and then this will fold over because I already know I gotta have to lose his butt, but I do not want to. Okay, make sure that the fold here isn't going to fold his little face. I think I got it. Oh, you know what? How goofy. I can see it on the back. Oh, am I a dork? I hope I get smarter with old age because now I'm peeling the protective paper off of the carpet tape. Okay, there. I got that. Throw it in the trash can. Now I am going to see. Now I can look. I can see the giraffe even on the back. So this is good because I can get this right there and have the giraffe centered in that front. Yes, that's right. Now that's glued down because I use that carpet tape. See that? So that is glued on to that lid, to the cover. Now fabric is giving. So now with paper, you have to be a little bit more careful. But with fabric, it's going to bend beautifully. Excuse me. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to first cut the corners this way. It's not even Steven, but it's okay. I'm going to cut those corners off like this so as I fold them, I won't have too much of a lump because we don't want that lumpy bulk in the corner. So we're going to just do this part. This is going to be beautiful. This is going to be just beautiful. This is going to be beautiful. This is going to be beautiful. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take a piece of the carpet tape and I'm going to put it over here on this board. Okay, and then I will pull the protective paper off, throw it over my shoulder. It should land in the trash can. If it doesn't, it doesn't really matter to me at this point of the game. And then I'm going to do the same right here. Put a piece of carpet tape. To me, this works better than spreading glue and, you know, and the carpet tape isn't expensive either. So I didn't do that over here, but I'm sure it's tight on there. Okay. And you can get different weights of carpet tape too. There's some carpet tape that's very heavy and some that's not real heavy, you know, so you'll have to just check it out when you get to the... I should actually put some on my affiliate link too to Amazon because so many of us shop at Amazon. And they have carpet tape too. Okay, now I'm going to, let's see, how will I do this? Now, see what you have to do then when you get these corners is poke that corner in thusly, just some. So you actually have that turned up. I'm going to put, now here I probably don't need it all that wide, but I'm going to put it like this. So I have it on some of the fabric and then some of the cardboard. Okay, that's what I'm doing. I'll pull that off of there. Make sure my corners are pushed in like this. And then turn this up. Nice and tight. Pull it tight. And okay. I think I have it a little cattywampus, but it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. That's one thing you don't have to worry about when you're doing crafts. Don't worry if it's not perfect. If you want perfect, you have to go buy stuff that's been made in other countries and stuff, and they got all these big machines that make sure everything is cut straight. And yeah, well, when you're a crafter, don't worry about that. Let that stuff just run off your back like the water off a goose or whatever it is they say like that, because that's not necessary. Perfect is not necessary. I believe this is going to be a gift for someone. I'm not positive, but I do believe. Now, these corners now are not real tight, but there's the front of my book. Oh, there's the front of my book. It was a box. It's now a book. So what I want to do here now is, okay, I'm going to have to glue this in here. I don't want hot glue though, because that'll make a lump. And I don't want a lump, but I got fabric glue. And it's in here somewhere. Oh, here it is. Aleene's Fabric Fusion. So I'm going to put that in there in the center. And right there, I put too much, didn't I, Elizabeth? Yeah, Elizabeth put too much. But it's okay because it's going to be covered up. And I'll clothespins make extra fingers. So I'll put this down here. This time I won't put too much. That'll hold that corner down. Clothespin. And then we're going to go and clothespin and a clip. Okay. Just to make sure that's good and tight. I may not have to do that gluing there because there's going to be fabric going over the top as well. But and then we'll put this here. That'll hold that tight. Now is when I do want to measure, and I'm going to measure to see what I have here in the width and the breadth. Width and the breadth. So this whole thing is 13¼ inches. Okay, so I want it to be, is it the same up here? Yeah. Is it the same down here? Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. And then this width here is 7¾ Okay. So my memory sucks, so I have to get a little writing utensil here and a little bit of junk mail here. Oh, they want to sell me the National Geographic kids. So now what did I see? I already forgot. I gotta measure. So I want this to be 13 by 7½, because what I'm doing is making it 1/4 inch smaller than this. 1/4 inch smaller than this lid. So, and I'm going to use the same fabric, 1/4 inch smaller. Now let me see. Now here I can go with, okay, let's see what I'm going to do. Okay, how wide is this? Oh my gosh, that's okay. Now these elephants are going to be peeking out. Okay, what is this here? Perfect. Okay, so I want to cut this at 7, what did I say? 7½. I want it to be 7½. 7½. It's got a little fringe on the end. I'm leaving that there. Okay. So I'm going to cut that at 7½. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fold it. Fold it right there. This is 7½. Okay, let me make sure. Oop, not quite. Let me get that up just a little bit. Oh, but it's not, it's going to cut off part of the elephant, but it's going to be okay because it's really not going to show. 7½. And still 7½. Let's see. 7½. Yes, okay. So what I'm going to do here now is I'm going to make sure that and I'm going to use my pinking shears again, because when you cut the pinking shears and you got that pinked edge, you don't have a problem with raveling or unraveling, whichever you want to call it. So I'm cutting that right there. All right, let me fold this up. This is so pretty, so pretty. Gosh, I love this fabric. Boy, I love going to those auctions when the girls have their auctions, they de-stash auctions. Care's auction was actually, because she's got her foundation, she was earning money to pay postage to send gifts. Okay, now, then I wanted this to be 13 inches. But yeah, it's, if you ever get the opportunity to help out somebody's auction like that, then, you know, sometimes, okay, this isn't real straight right here, so I'm gonna, let me see what I'm gonna do. I want that to be straight. Wait a minute, I want this to be straight. I think, darn, I have a roller that cuts ziggy-zaggy, but, oh, I know what I'll do. Oh, I don't want to get up and go get it, though, because then I know you'd miss me. Okay, I'm just going to see if I can make a straight line here. Yeah, I got a straight line. And like I say, if it's not straight, hey, what's the end of, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. Okay, now I want this to be 13 from there to here to be 13. So what I'll do here now is I'm going to fold this over here to that where I just called that 13. Looks pretty straight to me. What about you? Of course not. You can't even tell because I don't have it in frame. Now I'm going to, there. Now I do believe that that wants to fold right there because that was the original fold in the fabric. I'll fold it back. Okay, there's still enough of the elephant. The elephant. Okay, let's see if I can take my clips off of here. It's not completely dry, but it will be. Now I'm going to put, this is going to live right on the front. I want to make sure that it fits right. I mean the back. This is going to be back. Nope, this is going to be the side. I got to cut it just a hair more right here. I'd rather get it cut a little bit big than a little bit small because you can cut some more off. Now this, yep, I'm gonna like it. Okay, now I'm gonna love it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here now is I'm going to add some more carpet tape. I am in the carpet tape using mode today. Carpet tape using mode. And I'm not going completely to the edge, but when I am, but I will, what will I do? I will either glue or sew. That's what I haven't decided because I would like to sew, but I do not know if my sewing machine will go through all these layers. Okay, let me get that one out of here. I had to pull that one off already to be able to put another one on. Okay. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to put this. So any fabric, and let me tell you, this, like I said, now if you go to a fabric store and try to buy upholstery fabric, forget it, it's too expensive. But now if you go to a secondhand thrift shop, whatever, and you look at their I gotta make sure I got this right here. Yeah. You look at their, what do you call it? Like their valances and their draperies and curtains. I do go to Goodwill for that because the Goodwill, in our Goodwill anyway, they have everything really sorted. So all the valances are like on one rod. And a lot of time you can get a valance for $1 and a drape's cheap, you know, and they're made with nice fabrics and a lot of times really nice upholstery type fabrics, heavy, and that's what you want. Now you don't have to have heavy fabrics. You can use light fabrics. But something about this, like this, it's almost, what do I call it? It's almost like a tapestry, maybe you would call it. And Lord mercy, it's nice. It makes nice. Now this is my book cover. This is my book cover. It's got the little giraffes, and just enough for the giraffe, because I got both their little heads and their long necks. The back of it just shows the wilderness. The spine shows the wilderness. The inside, what we will see though is we'll see this tiger, and we'll see this elephant's face and his little tusks. And because then the signatures will be stitched on here. Now, and I will stitch them right through to the back, so you will be able to see these stitches. But now, if I wanted to, I think I'm going to leave this where I will see the stitching because I like the look of the stitching. But if I wanted to, I could cover the stitching with still another piece. But now see what I'm going to do here now, because see, I don't have I'm just going to go ahead and glue. I can still, if I want to, you know, even after I glue it, I can still stitch it after it's dry, and I might want to stitch it if my sewing machine will go through, but this is quite heavy, so okay. And so then that fabric glue, why did I always get too much. And you know, this one here, I'm going to have to trim just a snatch off of that, just a little bit, because it's just a little bit, comes right to the edge. I don't want it to come, yeah, that's much better. Okay, much better. Now let me get just a small amount. I don't want a lot, because I really don't want it to squeeze out. What I want to do with this, my plan for this, is to make a photo journal. And it's going to be for Melissa. Melissa is actually one of Mary's daughters. But Mary lived with Melissa. Melissa took care of her much. You know, she was there for her all the time. But I have got gobs of pictures that were taken over the years of different outings, parties, birthday parties, baby showers. I have got so many pictures of Mary. I want to make this for Melissa. And I know Melissa will love it and cherish it. I know she will. And she can share it with her brother and sister if she wants to, but Melissa's the one that I know will absolutely cherish it. And Melissa they just live down the road like a couple houses, and I'll continue to see her all the time, and her kids and her grandkids. But that's what I want to do. I want to make this, and this fabric is something that Melissa will love because she loves this kind of thing. So this is the cover. That was our graham cracker box. And that's what I wanted to show you is, I gotta get this brought in. and put my clip back on there. I want to make sure that dries good. This one too. The glue is already in there, but it's not like dry, so I'm going to put these on the corners just to be sure. But if you didn't know how to do a fabric covered journal cover, then there you go. That's how we do it. And look at that. You do it with, and then you know how pretty would this look if you had like a book plate up here, or, you know, you can still add things to the front of this if you want to. You could maybe make like a, you could maybe put some kind of a braid type of fabric that would match, like in these greens or something like that, up the edge to give it just even a little bit more. What I'll probably do here is put a, you know, the Tim Holtz little knobs. I'll probably put a knob here, and then on the back put a elastic so it'll come around and hold. And so this is what I'm going to be working on, and it's going to be for my Melissa, my dear Melissa, and it's going to be just her a little memory. Just her little memory. And then I'm going to put pockets and things in there too, so if she's got other things that she wants to keep, she can. Mary loved anything like this too. I'm going to miss her. I already miss her, and I'm going to miss her. 44 years. She was like a sister. Okay, I'm going to post this. I definitely have to leave this one on a positive note, and I'm going to use my, let's see, wisdom cards this time. I can move them. I got stuff piled up. Wisdom. I haven't read out of the wisdom cards for a while. So, let's see. My love is limitless. One of the bonuses about loving myself is that I get to feel good. And that is wisdom. My love is limitless. One of the bonuses about loving myself is that I get to feel good. And you know, you can't love other people if you don't love yourself first. So remember how valuable you are to others and love yourself for that. Very good. Very, very good. I put that in the back. Put this over here on my stack. And I want to say thank you so much for coming by and watching this video. And I'm going to be getting back on track with my live videos again. Thursday I'll have my regular live video. And then Monday and Tuesday again my ATC videos. And I just thank you guys. I thank you all for sticking by me all this time. I'm glad I have you all. It's like I mean, I was able to just kind of reflect a little bit even for you, you know, and I like that. I like that in you, and I like that I can do that. So I want to say to you all, I love you, and I want God to watch over you every step you take, every move you make, and I will see you on the next video. God bless.